We started the season with a board wanting us to avoid relegation. Then it looked like we were going to be stuck in mid-table mediocrity. And now we're only a couple of games away from pretty much securing our place in the end of season playoffs and possible promotion to the Football League.
Hello everyone and welcome to episode 24 of my Maidstone United Save, and an episode where we take on the two teams immediately outside the playoff places. So, a couple of wins in this episode and we will pull away from the chasing pack. As you can see from the league table, we're still in 6th position, 34 games played, so there's 12 games left, 62 points, so we're 5 points off of the top of the table and automatic promotion. And we're 4 points ahead of the team just outside the playoff places. And they are our first opponents in this episode, Solihull Moors. We also take on Ebbsfleet in the second game of this episode, who are on 55 points. So we have a 4-point gap over Solihull. A win in this episode will take us to 7 points ahead of those. But I'm starting to look up a little bit because we're only 5 points off of the top two teams. We've beaten both of these teams in the season so far, and we play Southend last game of the season. So it could be a very exciting run-in. Since you were last with me, the Aldershot game, we got knocked out of the FA Trophy in a replay on penalties. Troy Chiabi missing the decisive 5th penalty. After every penalty was scored, Gateshead come up, scored their 5th one, won 5-4 on penalties. What we didn't need though was a replay and extra time with an already depleted squad. Although we have bounced back with victories over Hemel Hempstead and Gloucester in the league. A couple of incoming since the last episode. We've brought in Harrison Biggins on a free transfer. He's a centre midfielder. He's only going to be a fringe player. He's come in basically because we keep getting loads of injuries and we need a couple of backup players really. So I thought if I try and bring in a couple of players, try and cover each position, bringing Biggins in, it allows us to move Booty back to left back or a Fire back into central defence or right back if needs be. He's played one game for us, got a 6.8 rating. His career stats, he was in and around the league actually. He started off in the Championship with Barnsley, moved to the Northern Premier, in Northern Premier Division 1 South with Stocksbridge, but then come straight back up to the league with Fleetwood. Made, what was that, 30, 40, 50 appearances for Fleetwood in League 1 before moving on to League 2, where he played on loan for Barrow, and then went back to Fleetwood and played another 45 games at League 1 level. So he's played almost 100 games at League 1 level. Decent backup option to have. And the other player that came in is Ethan Wassell. He kept coming up on scout reports. Then it come up with the bit with the news report or ITV Sport or whatever it was, reporting that Maidstone looking at Ethan Wassell. So I scouted him from that again. He actually scouted better than his star rating suggests. He scouted as a 4-star, where he's only a 3-star now. But he's valued between £3,000 and £8,000. On the scout report, it said that we'd probably have to pay him £1,000 a week. We paid £700 for him because his contract was going to run out. And we've got him on £400 a week until the end of the 25-26 season. So I think that's a good bit of business. He's 26 years old, but started off Championship with Derby, didn't play for them, went out on loan to Hereford, went back to Derby, still didn't play for them, then moved to Ebbsfleet on a free transfer where he played 27 times at a 7.21. 8 appearances for Newport in League 2 last season. And then we signed him for £700. He's played 2 games, got a 7.6 rating and 1 man in a match award so far, so he looks to be a very good signing. We still got a few injury worries, injury problems. Burns still not fit. Deacon picked up another injury. Naughty picked up another injury. Adam Parks and Teddy Howe both picked up. Well, Teddy Howe was ill. Adam Parks picked up an injury, but they're back now. So we go into this game still missing a couple of key players, but with good backup options. And the team to take on Solihull Moors is Parks in goal, Howe, Carragher, Wassell, Morris, Swiderski, Afire, Booty, Lloyd, Tomlinson, and Ironside, who netted his first goal for us actually from the spot in the last game. And I'm hoping that will give him a bit of a kick up the backside and a bit of a confidence boost to try and find the net a couple of more times, because he hasn't been the player that I thought he was going to be. He scouted well. We brought him in on trial and his report was really good. And then we played him and he's only scored 1 goal in about 12 games or something that he's played for us. Well, I know some of them have been off the bench, but still. And considering like he's star player, star rating, Ironside is our best striker. Barham's form's dipped off a little bit, so that's why he's not in the starting lineup. Plus, like I said before, I'm trying to change things up a little bit, trying to give a different outlet at the front, even though it ain't been working much. There's Swiderski over the top for Lloyd, and Lloyd crashes one against the crossbar. Lloyd's finishing leaves a lot to be desired actually. He hit the post about 4 times in a couple of games ago. Yeah, 0-0 at half time. Slightly ahead on the XG. Possession is pretty much the same. Tomlinson looks like he's going to need to come off pretty sharpish. I haven't actually got a left-sided midfielder. Because the cover on the left wasn't 100% fit. I think Elliot Newby, he wasn't 100% fit. So what I'm gonna do is change up the formation. If I put Tomlinson there, Lloyd there, and then, to be honest, I can't even do that because Lloyd, we'll leave Lloyd out there and on the wing. We'll play an asymmetric system. We'll bring Barham on for Tomlinson. Bit of a gap out there. It's alright, we'll see how that goes for a minute. I'll leave ourselves a little bit open on the left, but he was on attack anyway on the left hand side in attacking midfield, so his defensive duties weren't going to be of a higher priority, so it might just leave us a little bit short on that side in attack. Here's Lloyd, so a fire has found Howe. If Howe can get the ball in, and he has, to Barham. The flag has stayed down, and Jack Barham comes on and scores what I'm hoping is the winning goal. Or the first of many, whichever happens, I'll be happy with. There was a fire into Howe, yeah, swung it back to Barham. It looked like Barham may have been offside in the first bit, and there have been a couple of dodgy offside decisions this season. We'll take that. Booty can come off for Dempsey, and we'll take Howe off for Phillips. Actually, to be honest, it won't matter because it's quite late. But there's Dempsey, and has his shot tipped over the bar. Lloyd to swing the corner in. Carragher's shot has hit the post. Second time we've hit the woodwork in this game. But we've only got to roll out for another few seconds, and there's another 3 points on the board. If the referee can find his whistle. Ref, come on. Ref, whistle. Has the ref lost his whistle? Ref, blow the whistle. And he has done. I'm starting to get a little bit worried that he weren't going to blow his whistle then. There's a victory. There is a victory, ladies and gentlemen, and it may have only been by 1-0. We may have been behind in possession, and shots wise, I don't know why our XG is much better than theirs when they have more shots and more shots on target than us. But it's a win. We will take the win. It's an excellent win. And it's another 3 points on the board towards us securing ourselves a playoff place. But I say that, Woking have jumped onto the top of the table after a draw with Dagenham and Redbridge. Southend haven't played. Grimsby have lost away to Scunthorpe. Stockport have lost at home to Chesterfield. Aldershot have only mustered a 2-2 draw away to Hemel Hempstead. So we come out of that game just 2 points off the top of the table. I know you can't probably see it because I know that my face is down here somewhere. But Wrexham won 4-2 against Maidenhead, so us and Wrexham are the only two teams in the top 7 to win a game. Increases our lead over Solihull Moors and the other chasing pack to 7 points. And we've closed the gap on the top of the table to 2 points. Albeit with Southend having a game in hand. But our dream of league football is slowly looking like it may become a reality pretty soon. Right, Southend could only muster a draw in their last game. They drew 1-1 with Barnet. So we come into this game against Ebbsfleet just 3 points off the top of the table. A couple of changes. So we've got Parks in goal, Howe, Carragher and Wassall. We've brought Flanagan in on the left because Morris isn't fit. Phillips, Swiderski and Booty in the midfield. Lloyd, Newby and Ironside up front. Ironside has just come to me in between the two games. Now, bearing in mind, it's only been like 3 days or something between the two games. He's just come to me and said he's not happy with his playing time. Bearing in mind, he's a squad player. Alright, so squad player, you're on the bench every now and then. You get substitute appearances. You come in a little bit. You get a few games. Yeah. Well, if we look at his form, where's he gone? There. He started 4 of the last 6 games for us, and he's appeared in 6 of the last 8. Now, he didn't come to me there when he was an unused substitute for 6 games on the spin. Didn't come to me at all there. When he's actually playing games, he now comes to me and says, I want more playing time or I'll leave. I can't work it out. And it's also really pissing me off that players that are down as fringe players or squad players and this, that and the other are complaining so much. Like Teddy Howe, for example, right? He's a star player. So a star player, basically, when you look at a star player, it says that every time they're fit, they should be starting the game. Every time they're half fit, even, they should be starting the game. I dropped him for a couple of weeks because I had to give Trotman some game time to stop him from kicking off, who is a fringe player. Teddy Howe didn't once complain. When I brought Teddy Howe back into the team, Trotman come to me again and said, I want to play, even though Trotman's a fringe player. So I'm not sure if it's something that's broken in the game. This is my first non-league save, so maybe it's a thing at non-league level that the squad status thing doesn't really matter. But if I've got someone on the fringe player who's complaining left, right and centre that he ain't playing games, and then I put him in place of a star player who misses a couple of games and doesn't actually say a word, there's something seriously wrong. I'm not sure if it's anything to do with the hidden attributes, like the hidden personality attributes or whatever, or if it's just broken. But it's really getting on my nerves. Right, let's go and play this game, shall we? Ebbsfleet are 7 points behind us. They won their last game. But if we win this, we'll move 10 points clear of them. And I'm starting now to think it may be coming to the time where we stop looking over our shoulder. Pretty much think to ourselves, right, we've got a playoff place. Let's push for that automatic. Let's push for back-to-back titles. We won the title last season in the National League South. Got promoted to the National League. Back-to-back titles to achieve our ultimate goal of getting Maidstone United back to the Football League. Sounds good to me, doesn't it, you? But there's still a little bit of a way to go yet. A win here though should, I mean, it'd be 10. Is it 10 games left after this? I was just about to say a win here would give us a 10-point advantage, and if Solihull lose again, it'd be a 10-point advantage over the chasing pack, with 10 games to go. But if we drop points here, especially if we lose, then that would mean Ebbsfleet closing the gap to 4 points on us, and that playoff place that I was just talking about being so confident of having. There's Lloyd, and I don't know if it's a feature of, if it's a part of what the game's trying to make you do at the minute, but every time a goal goes in, I look straight over at the linesman. In the higher divisions, you get the VAR thing come up, don't you? But I look straight over at the linesman every single time. Did look a little bit tight for an offside, but he's actually scored and not hit the post. Yeah, if Ebbsfleet managed to beat us here, we would be only 4 points ahead of them with 10 games to go, and then it's a little bit squeaky bum time. So hopefully we can take control of this match. It isn't good enough. It's totally unacceptable. There's Joe Ironside asking for more playing time, despite the fact that he's playing pretty much every game at the minute, and he's only got 6.6. There's a ball over to Newby. If somebody can get in the middle for him to put the cross in, they couldn't. Flanagan to Booty, Phillips over to Lloyd. Lloyd plays it out to Howe. Get the cross in. And there's Lloyd again, over, and Newby's put the ball wide. I'm going to have to take Lloyd off in a minute. Again, these fitness issues. And there's Lloyd, has broke through the defence and has slotted home. And that goal is definitely going to stand. I couldn't even see the linesman to check his flag in the first place. So, Lloyd has scored 2 goals. I just said I was going to take him off. I'm going to have to leave him on now. See if he can get his hat-trick. Well timed run. Beautifully timed run. Great ball over the top. And that's 2-1. And we have started to make our dominance show. There's Newby to Ironside. Ironside shot, good save from their goalkeeper. Bring Barham on. And we will save Booty. Still 20 minutes to go in this game though, so anything can happen. Hit the woodwork again. There's a ball over the top. Barham can't get onto it though, so the defence heads it back to the goalkeeper, and the highlight's still going here. Ebbsfleet going to have an attack. No, Flanagan has won back possession. There's Newby to Dempsey. Dempsey to Barham. Has no support whatsoever. Finds a cross to nobody. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 defenders in the middle. It's like, what's the point of crossing it? But there, he's broke it into the middle. And there, Barham has broke through the defence. And that one has been disallowed. The one I allow myself to get excited for is disallowed. No. I told you there's been a couple of dodgy decisions, haven't I, when it comes to the offside. That looked like that Ebbsfleet defender's trailing foot was keeping Barham on side there. There's a nice cross. Lloyd, no. Just over the top. So Lloyd is not going to get his hat-trick. But we are going to pick up the 3 points, ladies and gents. Eventually, it looked like quite a one-sided game that the scoreline didn't actually represent. 57% possession, 1.91 XG compared to a 0.24. But none of that matters. All that matters is that we've just picked up the 3 points. And that 3 points lifts us to second in the table, level on points with Southend. Now I know, I can see, I can read, everyone else has got a game in hand on us, from Southend all the way down to Solihull. They've all got games in hand, but I'm ending this episode with us second in the National League table, level on points with Southend at the top, and in my eyes 10 games away from promotion to the Football League. Thank you very much for watching that episode. If you enjoyed it, please do leave a like, comment below, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.